WVUA-FM, Tuscaloosa.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Motivation Monday, where I give you the motivation to get through your Monday. I hope everyone had a great week last week. I know I did. I was on spring break, and you know what I did? I worked and I slept. It was amazing, besides the work part. I'm just kidding. I love my job. But that's what I did. What did y'all do last week? I know some people that listen are college students. Did y'all do anything fun for spring break? At work, I met a girl that was going to Greece, another girl who's going to Puerto Rico. I met so many girls that were going to so many cool places, and I was like, how? I am a broke college student. They're freshmen like me. I'm like, please tell me your secrets. But they went, I think, with their sorority or something, but they went to Greece, Puerto Rico, Jamaica. They went to all the cool places, and I'm over here just working, which is okay because I got paid for it. So it's been a while. Last week I wasn't in the studio because I had to pre-record because spring break the studio was closed. So, and I'm not recording at home again. That's never happening again. I learned my lesson the hard way with that. I'm trying to think of any updates that happened. I do have a big update, but I'm kind of waiting till the end to tell that. The puppies are bigger. For those that have been asking about the puppies, they're lunatics. They're crazy. They're psycho. I don't even know how to word it anymore. Yeah. I guess let's just get into this week's episode. This week, we're still with our Be Aware series, which I still do not know how long it's going to go on for. Every time I'm like, okay, I'm going to end it this week. Someone always tells me a great topic to do for the next week. And I'm like, okay, that's it. And then someone else tells me a good one. I'm like, well, we're going to go and see how long it lasts. And, if it doesn't last long, it doesn't last long. If it's what Motivation Monday is, it's what Motivation Monday is. We're just winging it here. I have no script again. Can you tell? Oh my gosh. Today has been chaotic, everyone. I got sunburnt today. I got sunburnt from sitting on the quad for 30 minutes talking to my mom. I got sunburnt really bad. It's bad, y'all. But what didn't help was I was driving my car with the top down today, the convertible, so I'm getting really off topic. Anyway, I don't know what episode. I think the 9th episode of our Be Aware series. We've had altitude, gratitude, love, heartbreak, mental health. We had kindness last week. We had failure and success. We had change. I feel like there was one more. Y'all are probably saying it, and I'm over here sitting here what was it? I'm not cheating. I'm definitely not looking this up right now. Definitely not looking this up. If Instagram will load, I'm definitely not looking this up. Okay, we had Mental Health Monday. We had, this one doesn't tell me which one. I don't know. Y'all remember it for me, okay? It's been a long day, okay? I got sunburn. This week is going to be courage. This was a request from my mom because I was thinking of ending the Be Aware series today, actually, because I could not come up with a topic. Les Jenkins had a topic for me, and I already forgot. I'm sorry, Les. Also, Jimmy has been behind on Motivation Monday. So, Jimmy, if you're listening, I'm glad you've caught up. If you have not caught up yet, keep going. You got this. But yeah, we're going to do courage. I'll get into a little more later about courage impacting lives. But first, we're going to start out with our quote as usual. We're already 3 minutes in, and I'm just now starting the quote. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. I really thought I was going to mess up that quote, but that's very true. Fear, you have to be able to conquer it. I mean, I really don't know how to evaluate more on that quote. I probably just sound like an idiot, but yeah. Yeah. It takes a lot of courage to do stuff. I mean, some of y'all think that, it takes courage to climb a mountain. It can take courage to go through the drive-thru. I mean, the little things could take a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage for me to sit in here and look like an idiot talking to myself with these big hand motions because I have to have the courage to do it. Like, it takes a lot of courage to do stuff. It takes a lot of courage to apply for a job, get a new car. I don't know. It takes a lot of courage to reach out when you need help. So, yeah. If you needed courage examples, there you go. Which we're going to have a story today. It's a short story about courage called Get Out of the Crowd and Reach New Heights, which I was a really shy person. I'm a little more outgoing now. Not that much, but my job has made me a little more outgoing. Motivation Monday has made me a little more outgoing. I'm more willing to talk to people than I was a year ago, I would say. College has also helped me be outgoing. Not in class, though. Not in class. I will not raise my hand to save my life. I raised my hand today in class. I will admit that. I gathered up the courage to raise my hand because it was what our favorite music artist was. And I said Jimmy Buffett. Everyone else was like, Harry Styles, Taylor Swift. And I'm over here like, Jimmy Buffett. Because what artist could make a song about a cheeseburger and make it sound good and make it good? I mean, in this day and age, songs are about the weirdest stuff. Are they about a cheeseburger? No. I mean, there is like the rock and roll McDonald's, like that. And like there's another one, I think. Like, oh, there's the Whopper song. Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper. But like, Cheeseburger in Paradise does not compare. I need to quit rambling. But Cheeseburger in Paradise is your brownie points if you go listen to it today. Anyway, let's get into today's story. Get out of the crowds and reach new heights. John and his friends used to go mountain climbing once every year. This time, they have decided to climb mountains in the Swiss Alps. They reached a famous mountain spot in the Swiss Alps. I hope I'm saying that right. Like, it's kind of cut off. This story is kind of old. And we're surprised to see many people climbing the mountains. John and his friends started wearing all the climbing gear and started climbing. In no time, they reached the top of the hill. After reaching there, the friends decided to camp there. Then John saw another mountain where only a handful of people were trying to climb it. He told his friends, "Let's go and climb that mountain also. It will be fun and challenging instead of camping here." A friend replied, "No way. I have heard people talking about that mountain. It seems the path is too difficult to climb and only a few people can be able to climb it." People nearby, hearing the conversation, made fun of John and said, "If it was easy to climb, why were we sitting here?" Hearing them, John took that as a challenge and went alone towards the climbing peak. 2 hours later, he reached the top of the hill. People who were already there welcomed John with a round of applause. John was happy having climbed the peak. He could see the beautiful views of nature from the top. He started a conversation with the people and asked them, "While climbing this peak, I felt it was not so difficult. Then why are only a handful of people here? Then why are only a handful of people here? If people could climb below..." Thank you, email. "If people could climb the below peak, they can climb here also if they put in some effort," John said. A veteran climber said, "Most people in the crowd right there are happy with what they find easy. They never think they have the potential to achieve more. Even people who are not happy there do not want to take any risk. They think if we take risk, they will lose what they already have. But to reach a new peak, we need to put in our effort. Many of them do not show any courage, and they remain part of the crowd the whole life, and keep complaining about the handful of courageous people and call them lucky." I just want to repeat that one more time. I really, without messing it up, I want to repeat that one more time. A veteran climber replied, "Most people in the crowd right there are happy with what they find. They never think that they have the potential to achieve more. Even people who are not happy there do not want to take any risk. They think if we take risk, they will lose what they already have. But to reach a new peak, we need to put in our effort. Many of them do not show any courage, and they remain part of the crowd the whole life, and keep complaining about the handful of courageous people and call them lucky." Hearing this, John thanked the veteran for explaining the importance of courage in our life. The moral of the story is that in our life, many of us stay in our comfort zone, but to achieve something big, we need effort and courage. We should never stop, have the courage to push ourselves out of the crowd. We should never stop. We should never stop and have the courage to push ourselves out of the crowd. Focus on moving to the handful of people whom the people called courageous people. I think I missed the ending up. I don't know. But moral of the story is that if you're not going to put in the effort to be courageous, then don't point to someone and say, oh, they're lucky. That's what I took from that. I mean, I could look at all the podcasts, I could not promote my podcast whatsoever. I could just put it up on the website and expect it to go big and then sit there and say, oh, well, such and such podcast is doing very good. They must be really lucky. When I didn't put forth the effort of promoting, advertising, getting my name out there to be good. Not to be good, but to be popular. So that's the lesson from today's Motivation Monday, is that you need to have courage, okay? If you need the push to have courage, here it is. Do it. I'm telling you now, do it. I don't know what you're thinking about doing, but as long as it's not anything illegal, do it. So, yeah, like right now, my example is I just opened a cookie business. It's called Katie's Cookie Jar, and I sell cookies. I sell like cookies and cream, sugar, peanut butter chip, chocolate chip, M&M, all that. I think I missed one. But it took a lot of courage to open that because I'm very terrified people are not going to like my cookies. And I'm still terrified. It took a lot of courage to start this podcast because I am not an outgoing person. I don't like people listening to me talk. I don't like listening to myself talk. That is why if there's ever something wrong with the podcast, I don't listen to it. I only listen to it when it's published. I will not listen to it right here, like in the studio. I will click save and I will walk out. I will not watch it back. So it takes a lot of courage to do stuff. And, it's hard. Sometimes it's really hard because things are intimidating. Things are scary. Life is scary. But it's going to be okay. I promise. It is going to be okay. So with that said, this week's song, I don't know if I've already done it, but it's The Climb by Miley Cyrus. And it pretty much just says there's always going to be another mountain. I'm always going to want to make it move. Always going to be another battle. And so pretty much it's about like taking the climb for courage, kind of in a way. She says it's all about the climb in it, which is very true. You can only, like, when you get where you're going, you look back and you think of the climb. Like, I look back at Motivation Monday. This was just an idea, not even a year ago. This was just a thought. And now here we are with a whole bunch of loyal listeners, and we've had special guests. I mean, it's turned into something I never thought it would. And, I look back at the climb and I think, wow, I wouldn't change anything. I really wouldn't. So, yeah. That's the song. I also challenge you to listen to Cheeseburger in Paradise by Jimmy Buffett, because Jimmy Buffett is the man, the myth, the legend. I'm going to see him April 22nd with my family and my boyfriend, and I am so excited. Jimmy Buffett. So, yeah. I think that's it. All right? I guess I could challenge you to be a little more courageous. Lakeland's not here. Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Katie signing off from Motivation Monday. I hope y'all have a great rest of your week, a great week next week. I hope you have a very motivated Monday. And please do not forget, stay motivated. I'll be talking to you all next time.
WVUA-FM, Tuscaloosa.